There's something both fascinating and a little disturbing about ancient beliefs. Not myths, not bedtime stories. We're talking about things people truly believed were real, like grinding up ancient mummies into powder and eating them as medicine, or believing a woman's womb could wander around her body like a wild animal. Welcome to the bizarre world of ancient beliefs, where the line between science, magic, and madness completely disappears. This is World Decoded, and let's decode the weirdest truths ancient people lived by. And trust me, by the end of this video, you might start questioning the things we believe today. Let's start with something you wouldn't expect. The ancient Egyptians, masters of mummification, never imagined what would happen to their carefully preserved dead. Fast forward to Europe in the Middle Ages and Renaissance, and mummies were no longer seen as sacred relics. They were crushed, ground, and eaten. Physicians, nobles, even commoners believed that powdered mummy dust had healing properties. It wasn't just a fad, it was medicine. Mummy powder was sold in apothecaries, and it wasn't questioned. Europeans thought the resin and embalming chemicals were packed with magical healing power. Imagine trying to recover from a cold by digesting 2,000-year-old remains. As strange as that is, ancient Rome wasn't far behind in the weirdness department. Ever sneeze and think it's no big deal? In Roman times, a sneeze could decide your fate. People believed that sneezing from the right side was a good omen, a sign of approval from the gods. But sneeze from the left? That meant danger or bad luck, a cosmic warning to stop everything and retreat. Even Roman generals were known to cancel battle plans over a mistimed sneeze. One sniffle, and your destiny changed. It was almost like the universe itself was whispering secrets through your nose. Travel westward and things get even darker and sweeter. The Aztecs had a special connection with chocolate, but not in the dessert way we know it today. Their cocoa was bitter, frothy, and sacred. It was a divine drink, believed to be a gift from the gods, especially Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent deity. Cacao beans were so valuable, they were used as currency. But here's where it takes a grim turn. Before sacrificing someone to the gods, the Aztecs gave them chocolate, not out of kindness, but because they believed it spiritually calmed the soul and prepared it for death. A final gift before a knife to the heart. Imagine sipping hot cocoa knowing it's your last drink, because the gods demand your blood. Meanwhile, in ancient Greece, science and superstition were having a messy love affair. The Greeks believed the female uterus could wander around the body like an animal. They thought it could slither through organs, float up to the chest, and strangle the woman from within. This bizarre condition was blamed for everything: panic attacks, fainting spells, even so-called female madness. And their only cure was aromatherapy, but in the weirdest way possible. They'd place strong-smelling herbs near the woman's nose to lure the womb downward, or fumigate the lower body to smoke it back into place. This was not a fringe belief. It shaped centuries of medical thinking about women, all because of a rogue womb on the move. But strange ideas weren't limited to medicine. In the icy lands of the Norse, people looked up at the sky and didn't see clouds or stars. They saw the remains of a dead giant. According to Norse mythology, the entire universe was created from the body of Ymir, a primordial being. His flesh became the earth. His bones became the mountains. His blood turned into oceans. And the sky? That was his skull, flipped and stretched above the world. The stars were burning embers tossed into the dome. To the Norse, the cosmos wasn't born from light. It was built from death. Every sunrise was a reminder of the bones that held the heavens above. And in the East, in ancient China, death didn't bring peace. It actually brought appetite. The Chinese believed that if someone died without proper funeral rites, they could return as a hungry ghost. Not just any ghost. These spirits were cursed with insatiable hunger. Their mouths were tiny and their throats were narrow. But their desire for food and comfort was endless. Families were terrified of being haunted by these spirits, so they burned paper replicas of food, money, even entire houses, hoping to send enough supplies to the afterlife. If the ghost wasn't satisfied, misfortune would follow. Sickness, bad luck, and even death. These beliefs were so strong, they became part of entire festivals, all to keep the dead full and quiet. And then there's the Romans, who believed the future could be seen in the organs of dead animals. Haruspicy was the art of divination by inspecting the liver of a sacrificed beast. The trained priests, known as haruspices, would slice open a freshly killed animal and read its entrails like a map. They believed the gods communicated through these signs. Like a lump here meant war, or a smooth patch there meant peace. Emperors based massive decisions, battles, treaties, even marriages, on what a goat's liver looked like. Modern logic? Not at all. But to them, it was divine guidance carved into flesh. And let's not forget the ancient Mesopotamians, the inventors of writing, law, and cities. They also believed demons were responsible for every disease. You didn't catch a fever from germs, you actually got possessed. Different demons caused different ailments. One would crawl into your head to bring headaches. Another sat on your chest to spark nightmares. And healing? It wasn't a pill or potion. It was an exorcism. Priests performed rituals. They buried figurines, chanted spells, or rubbed magical ointments to coax the demons out. Medicine was spiritual warfare. And if you were sick, you weren't just unwell, you were under attack. And just when you thought it couldn't get any darker, let's talk about blood. In ancient Rome, after gladiators fought brutal battles in the arena, win or lose, their bodies became something more than corpses. They actually became medicine. Romans believed that the blood of a fallen gladiator had powerful healing properties, especially for treating epilepsy. People would rush into the arena after a fight, not just to cheer or boo, but to collect warm, fresh blood from the dead. Some even drank it straight from the wound, hoping the strength and vitality of the warrior would transfer to them. In other cases, gladiator livers and other organs were removed, dried, and turned into potions or powders. It sounds like horror, but to them, it was science. They believed strength, courage, and life force could be absorbed through the blood of the fallen. It was the ultimate form of, you are what you eat. Only this time, what you drank was a warrior's final breath. The deeper we go, the more surreal it gets. But here's the thing. These beliefs weren't silly to the people who held them. They were real, and they were the truth. They shaped laws, rituals, and daily life. Even the way people saw the stars and their own bodies. And that brings up a haunting question. What do we believe today that will sound insane in the future? What will historians laugh at 2,000 years from now? Our diet fads, our tech obsession, or the way we treat illness? Maybe we're not so different from the ancient world after all. If this video made you think or creeped you out just a little, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time on World Decoded, where we keep peeling back the strange layers of human history, one bizarre belief at a time.